Hi everyone, it's Kill Shot from 99 Gaming's The Walking Dead Season 8, second half death predictions, and hopefully all of you had a wonderful holiday. We are back in full effect, and I think I just got super chatted by Eric before we even started. I don't know if we've had a super chat, maybe once or twice. Thank you so much, Eric. Appreciate the contribution to the 99 Gaming channel, and you got to get us a question a little bit later on in there, so moderators hopefully will pop in here, and we owe you one. So thanks everybody. Hopefully we're well rested, that you guys got a lot of stuff that you were hoping for and got to spend some quality time with your family. And we do have a couple announcements we have to make. We hit a fantastic milestone. I am just super hyped up about it. And we're going to plan this out. It's going to be a little bit later on in the week, but since I haven't streamed in a few days, I want to get out with The Walking Dead because there was a really good list of character deaths, I think, on comicbook.com, and I wanted to kind of debate that tonight. Tomorrow we're going to do our Wednesday Walkers, and we'll talk about Walking Dead again. But Thursday night we will do our 70,000 subscriber event, and we're going to give away some Google Play cards, some iTunes cards. We're going to give away some t-shirts and just a whole lot of stuff. So I can't read everything that you guys type, so let me really excited about that. Let me just make a couple more ground rules that we'll talk about. So everything that you type along the side, people won't see it in the video, but I'm liable to call on you, so be careful what you type because it may end up in a video. So if you don't want it included, just use a little bit of discretion in there. And that's the way we roll here. So let's get right into it. Thank you. Appreciate all the well wishes and everything. It was phenomenal. I tried to get you guys just a quick little, I was tied up over 3 or 4 days, but I did at least want to say thank you, and I know I posted that video just real quick of a quick Merry Christmas, and we'll do something probably for New Year's as well too. So we're going to debate it today, talk about several, I don't know if you guys saw the comicbook.com article or not, but they went through some of the characters in the second half, and they talked about whether they were safe or not safe. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to sort of play off them a little bit, and then we're going to add a couple other characters that they didn't talk about a whole lot. So let's get into it. I'll be back and forth. I'm just going to read some of your comments, and let's see. This is the man who has no head. Okay. Your name threw me off a little bit, so never been a part of one of these. Excited. Wanted to say hi, Kills. I would like to contribute to this video with some interesting thoughts. Absolutely, that's what we want you to do. This is the 999 Army. This is just an awesome group of people. Appreciate all of you guys being here, and your comments make the video. I'm just kind of navigating a little bit. I may not get to everyone's comments, but as you guys saw a little bit earlier, if there's a super chat, it kind of locks up and freezes my screen. It's really big, so we'll debate those, but I'm going to get to as many other comments as we possibly can get to today. So we're going to start out. The most obvious person that people want to talk about, I guess, is Negan. Will Negan die? I'm going to start with him, and then we'll go back and forth with Rick. And I'll tell you a little bit of what they said on comicbook.com. They said Negan is in serious danger. So I want to know what all of you think. So Negan turned the tide of the war in episode 808, but his enemy has been given all new reason to fight with Carl. Now we talked about how the death of Carl is going to impact Rick. If it's going to make Rick more vicious, it's going to make all of the people from Alexandria more vicious, or if ultimately it'll be kind of the reason that Rick spares Negan. So we're just going to start out and ask, they say Negan is in danger, so I'm going to ask all of you, is Negan in danger, or do you think he's safe? So give me one or the other, and leave a couple of your comments why you think he may be in danger as well, or why you think he may get off the hook and Rick may not kill him. So DP Games, Derek says, I think he has a 75% chance of living. Thanks, Tobin. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate all of you guys being here. 70,000 just blows my mind. Scott Kernan says he wants to say Negan will get injured and Lucille will get burned, but he will survive. That's a good prediction. Brian Clayton says he's safe. Maggie Bonacorta says, more vicious in danger from Simon, though. Interesting. He's got to watch his back. Salem Blue says he will survive the season. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Hippo says Negan lives. Too charismatic to leave. Jayhawk Crew 98989 just subscribe. Welcome. Welcome to the team. Appreciate you being here. Looking forward to your thoughts. Westwick 88 says Negan will die just like the Detroit Lions playoff hope. No, I just did that. I'm sorry. Too soon. Too soon, Westwick. You know what? I picked the Lions to get there too. Pudo says he is safe. Dwayne Sharp says he thinks he's safe for the season as well. Joanne Karpowicz says, I don't know. I think he may die, but Rick won't be the one to kill him. So a couple people think that. Hey, Angela, how are you? Hopefully you're having a lot of fun in Las Vegas. It's a little colder on the East Coast. Kel says Negan is safe. All right, so most people think that Negan is safe, and I think it has something to do. Maggie went there with Washington. Yeah, just like Washington's playoff hopes too. So Negan could be safe for a variety of reasons. It's charismatic, budding star on the show. Carl's last will is not to keep killing people. So they also debated Rick. And they said Rick is in danger with this, and this is an exact quote from comicbook.com. With the son marked for death, Rick may adopt a nothing-to-lose attitude as the war rolls on. He'll want to protect and build the world for those around him. So they think Rick is in serious danger. It's hard for me to imagine the show without Rick. I know a lot of people whose favorite character was Carl, it's hard for them to imagine the show without Carl. But Rick, to me, because that's really who the show was wrapped around, was Rick. But I'm going to throw it out there. I don't want to answer all the questions for you. Is Rick in danger? And are they just going to kill off everybody of importance? Or is Rick safe? Sheila says Rick can't die. Mr. SRA says, I hope Tara dies. We haven't even got to Tara yet, and he's already like, just get her off the show. We don't want Tara anymore. He's trying to trade Tara for Carl. Without Carl, Rick is safe for now. That's Philomena. Interesting. Because they're basically saying without Carl, Rick could just kind of go crazy. Valar says Rick is safe if he wants to be safe. Interesting. Safe as well as Negan, says Brian. Gordon McFadden, kill Rick and the show is finished. End of it. Salen says Rick or Michonne will avenge Carl for Rick. Real quick. Oh, I missed my comment. So the Blitz wants to know, and we'll get back to some of the death predictions, but I'll add a couple different questions in here as well. The Blitz says, Kills, do you think that since the ratings are declining like crazy, we could see the show being canceled within the next 2 or 3 years? I don't think ratings are really going to play into the show being canceled. I mean, they're still rocking Fear the Walking Dead, and the ratings are like double. So, even though declining from where they were, I mean, they're on the mountain, losing a few million people is not going to cancel the show. It still is the most popular show on television. So, if it ends in 2 or 3 seasons, it'll be they run out of story, and I think they time it that way. It's probably one of those that they want to go out still fairly on top. But I don't see. I mean, if you look at the people that we have discussing Walking Dead, the amount of people that get fired up about it, the amount of people that tune in for spoilers, I think they're in good shape. Yeah, E-Beach, that's a good point. It wouldn't be popular if Negan and Rick leave, and I don't think Negan and Rick are going anywhere. I think Negan, Rick, Darryl, Carol, they're safe. I'm going to answer some of the questions for you guys because, and I think just because their popularity is at a whole different level. Trev, he says, kills. Christmas was a blast, thank you. And he says, Rick will not die. Absolutely incorrect, Lindsay. And they typically don't renew until they get at the end of the season. They renegotiate anyway. This, believe me, there's much, much more Walking Dead. Season 8's not the end. Did you get that off another spoiler channel? Somebody else talking trash? No way. All right, let's jump over to a couple more because I don't want to get too far off topic. I can answer like tons of questions. And we probably will tomorrow night because there will be a different topic. So the next person they discuss is Michonne. They say Michonne is safe. I know other people said Michonne is in danger. So, which is funny because they're saying Rick is in danger, Negan's in danger, and most of us here are saying they're not. And then they're saying Michonne is safe, and she will serve as Rick's backbone during this time of need, allowing him to move forward following the loss of Carl. So she's his rock, I guess is what they're saying. And she's safe because of that. Which is funny, because they're saying Rick's in danger, but Michonne is safe. I would think that they would both be safe. I mean, if she's going to be his support, it's unlikely he's going to die. Matt Milner says Michonne is absolutely safe. But Sheila is worried about Michonne. Let's get some ideas out here. Give me a couple reasons of why you think that Michonne is safe. Mercedes says Michonne is definitely safe. It's a good point, Maggie. Maggie says Michonne's safe. They're not going to kill another woman that Rick loves off. That'd be a little too much for him. Get a few different comments in here. Tragical says Michonne is not safe at all. Carl was part of the flashback. Now he's pretty much dead. So does that mean the same for Michonne as well as Judith and Rick? You know, a lot of different. Sometimes they do the picnic table and they do the flashbacks just to give us something to think about. And believe me, I've looked for hidden clues, and we've actually found some good hidden clues. But sometimes these Easter eggs, as we call them, are just nothing more than ways to confuse us. Because first time we saw that, we're like, well, Judith is grown up, Rick is older, but Michonne and Carl look the same. They didn't age. They're going to die. That's the way he sees them in a dream. I mean, it's possible, but it's also possible they're just kind of throwing us out there to get us looking in a different direction. They're pulling the okie doke on us. Belani is worried that Michonne is next. So Broden says, thinks Michonne is safe, but in the flashback, she was still young. Yeah, which has kind of got me thinking that the flashback is just a little bit of filler. Lindsay says, kills. No one is safe. It's a zombie apocalypse. No one is safe. There are people that are safe. Because they're the, somebody said it a little bit ago, is they're money makers. You can't kill off your bread and butter. How many people here watch The Blacklist? It's one of my favorite shows. You guys know that. I actually have people asking me to do some Blacklist streams. Maybe we will. So, a few of you watched The Blacklist. Would the show live without Raymond Reddington? Nope. Not going to happen. See, there's a lot of Blacklist fans here. Well, The Walking Dead can't survive without Rick and Darryl, in my opinion. And now they're trying to make Negan one of those characters that you love to hate. It's a good show. But I know we can say no one is safe, but I still think from a business perspective there are people that are safe. All right, let's get to some people that may not be safe. How about that? So, obviously they put Carl up there and they put danger. Carl should have been a different category, should have been extreme danger, so we're not going to discuss that. Darryl. I respect comicbook.com, but I got to tell you, sometimes they just go off the deep end. So they've got Darryl in danger. And so I'm going to ask you, Darryl, safe or danger? Don't go with your heart. Don't go with your whatever propels you toward Darryl. Go with your mind. So it says Darryl remains a wild card, having never existed in the Walking Dead comics. Well, don't we know at this point that the comics are going way off script? And with Carl bowing out, Darryl will see even less of a reason to act reasonably. I mean, I guess that's reasoning. I want to see how many people say Darryl's in danger. Scott says Darryl will get injured. That's a possibility. Brian says moneymaker, so nope. Stephen Miller, Darryl's safe. Thomas Carroll says safe. Hippo says Darryl might get Carl's comic arc. Mona Vanderwall says Rick is safe. Maggie, I agree. So most people are saying, DeMarco says Darryl's safe and he will get over his character flaws, which is his emotions. Very interesting. So Tragic Al says Darryl is safe, but I feel he's starting to take the role of Shane, and he and Rick are beginning to have a same toxic relationship. That's a good theory. But Rick is tighter with Darryl. I mean, don't forget the big hug. going to be interesting to see the impact that Carl has on everybody. And Beth said Darryl would be the last man standing. That might not mean he's going to be safe. But he could. I mean, Darryl's definitely a survivor. I mean, he went through Easy Street. Okay, we'll get a few more because, I mean, I think all of those are untouchable. Maggie. Maggie safe, or is Maggie in danger? I mean, you would think she's safe because now she definitely is the clear-cut leader of Hilltop. She just executed someone, put them in the box. I think 100% Maggie is safe. I do agree with comicbook.com on this one. There's some that I don't agree with them on, but I definitely agree. And a lot of the story may be around Maggie in Season 9. Derek says she's the most safe on the show right now. I tend to agree with that. Okay, so everybody says Maggie's safe. Let me ask this question. And don't put your favorites in there. So, because I know a lot of people are saying Moneymaker. Rick, Negan, Darryl, Maggie, Carol. Who is a bigger draw? Maggie or Carol? I mean, if we want to use the word moneymaker, who is more important to the show, Maggie or Carol? They're both incredible actors. I mean, they do a tremendous job. I just want to see how the group sort of splits. Interesting. I mean, it's about 50-50. Well, no, it's still about 50-50. I mean, we get kind of different opinions there. We got like a string of Carols for a while, and now we got Maggie. So with that, you know, I tend to think that both are untouchable because Carol could take over the kingdom. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome? Maggie takes over Hilltop. Oh, there you go. Maggie takes over Hilltop, Carol takes over Kingdom, Rick dies, and Michonne can just take over Alexandria. You got to change the leadership all the way around. I'm kidding. Rick's not going to die. You know what is so tough, though, is how much we rely on the comics. So I'm going to be careful how I kind of frame this question because it's hard to ask the question without answering the question for you. And it has to do with Carl. So I hear people thought Carl was untouchable. But isn't it kind of true? I'm already answering the question, sorry. I'll just do it. Isn't it true that people think Carl's untouchable because of how they thought the comics were going to play out? That the show was going to play out as the comics? So those of you that already knew Carl's story arc, if you take what you knew out of that, would it really be that shocking that Carl died? And I kind of ask about 3 different questions. Answer whichever one you want, and I'll weed through it. It's a tough question to ask. I know the way I want to say it, but I'm trying to phrase it that way. So if I didn't know that Carl lived and he was still alive in the comics, it probably wouldn't be as shocking or hard to believe. It'd be like, oh man, Rick just lost someone else. I mean, gosh, he lost Lori. He lost, he lost Judith in the comics, and, that's not happening. Well, it's still going to be shocking anytime a character dies. I mean, Abraham, Denise was definitely shocking because people expected Abraham to get that death. And that's the thing. I think that moment, it'd be the same thing with Carl. But, Carl, let's be honest. He didn't really fight those walkers very well. He was a little... I was expecting a little more out of him. He's killed a lot of walkers. So that scene with him and Sadiq, I just don't think he should have been overwhelmed that easily. He should have, been bobbing and weaving and taking them out. But he got overpowered a little bit. Ah, good point. He got got the side of his bad eye. That's a good point. It's fair enough. I respect that. Certainly. Certainly Abraham, I think, got the very honorable death. I guess it was a tough question to ask it that way. Here's the thing. Yes, there are reasons to be shocked still that Carl died, but all I'm saying is it would be, if we didn't buy into what Kirkman says, I guess, for one, and also the way the comic goes, it would have been shocking, but not as like, I can't believe they're doing this, how are they going to continue the story, that type of shocking. Kirkman also said he wished he wouldn't have killed Abraham the way he did, and he would have been around for All Out War, which made a lot of people speculate that Abraham was not going to die in the lineup. And I do know, believe me, because we started reading the script for when Abraham and Glenn died, and there were still people saying, no, Abraham is not going to die. Kirkman said he regretted killing him, and that means he's going to be around for All Out War, and he still died. All right, so let me get a couple more people in here, because how about Enid? Comicbook.com is saying Enid is safe, but she did just go in and blow somebody up in the Oceanside. So let's see what you think about Enid. Right, Mona? She said Abraham was alive, the war would be over. I miss Abraham. Hey, thanks so much, Trev. Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate you. Matt said Enid is toast. Steven says, Enid's safe but in dangerous waters. Enid's safe. Yeah, hopefully they don't exile Enid. Mark says, how can they forgive Enid? Well, I mean, that is a good point, because they were just starting to live their life again, but they got to see it as an accident. Aaron's going to have to really do some talking to help that out. Lindsay says Enid could get Carl's arc from the comics. What if there is no Carl arc in the comics? What if the comics just are no longer the blueprint? And what if killing Carl was intentional to take the blueprint away? There might not even be Whisperers. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? We're all expecting a Whisperer war. I still expect to see the Whisperers. JB says, each individual character is going to take on a role. What's up, Sith Lord? Thanks for being here. Good to see you. All right, we're going to get to a few more people here, and we'll continue some of this tomorrow night because we're already about 30 minutes in. I want to keep these around 30 minutes and not take everybody's time. Let me get a couple more comments in. Real quick, though, there was another article that was out there, and I know we spent a lot of time talking about, obviously, the death of Carl and the impact of Carl. And we're going to get to a few more of these people tomorrow night where we debate who's going to die, who's not going to die, because there's just like a long list, and you guys got so many awesome comments. The comicbook.com article that was out there, they did a couple. We're talking about the list of events that happened. I know a lot of people felt like Carl was blindsided. They said all the actors knew this information before San Diego Comic-Con, that even before the season was started filming, that this was not a shock to anyone. I think it came across as the rug was just pulled out from Chandler. But there's a kind of a list of events, and we're probably going to talk about that a little bit later on in the week as well. Tomorrow night, we're going to continue some of this predictions, live debate, death talk. I'm sure you guys, after 24 hours, will have a few more just awesome comments and some ideas of some of the people we talked about. But we've got another half of the cast that we want to get through. Some are minor characters. We'll kind of debate some of those. Also, Thursday night is going to be the 70K sub event. We're going to do some giveaways. I don't know how we're going to do the giveaways at this point because I know some people are watching and they're at work and they're doing different things. I don't think it's going to be all trivia, but we are going to pick some random winners, and we'll probably do a few trivia things in there anyway. But we're going to give away a few things and just have a good time with it. I appreciate everybody that is in here, and you guys got this channel up to a certain level. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Extremely humbled and love the interaction. I know we took 3 or 4 days off, but we're going to ramp back up full speed ahead. We'll take a couple days off for New Year's, and then turning the corner next year is just going to be a lot of fun stuff that we're going to do. We're going to, after each episode of The Walking Dead in February, I've got a couple surprises we're going to do as far as talk about the death predictions. That's going to be coming. We're going to get back on the comic book reads within the next couple days as well. I got to issue number 100. Had to take a step back from the Glenn death in issue number 100, but now I'm ready to kind of ramp forward and see what's in store for that. And I appreciate all of you guys for watching that as well too. Thank you. Appreciate everybody being here. And as tradition and as custom, I want to give as many shout outs as we possibly can. So if you guys can throw a quick 999 up. We got 150 people been in here. Also, you guys, Lucille that like button. I think that's a t-shirt that they're going to throw together as well in the near future. It's going to be one that says Lucille the like button. Also a couple of the other catchphrases that you guys come up with. Look for those on some t-shirts in the very near future. also. So give me a quick 999, slap that like button, and let me do some shout outs, and we'll pick this up tomorrow night with the second half of Who Will Die, and bring some of your best content. So I want to get your thoughts, get your comments, timeline, time-stamped in one of these videos. So thanks, everybody. So I want to say thank you to 1189 Paris, Joshua Pacheco, who else we got? Scott Kernan, Kicks Her Life, Will Saint, thanks for being here, Bando Bandit, good to see you, Easy Man, I see you, Jeff Morrow, Chronicle Kai, who else we got? We got Byron Gray, Brene's in the house, thanks Brene, Joey Price, Pudo, Kel says smile, Tommy Sweetass Enforcer McCandless, Steph the Cuervo Queen, Emmy Desiree Bacon, who else we got? Matt Milner, thanks for your contribution, good comments tonight, Matt. Angela Savage, thanks for being here, eBeach72, Julie King, good to see you, thanks for being here. DeMarco Andretti, thanks for being here, man. The Blitz, good stuff, good stuff. Michelle Wolf, thank you. You have a good night. Angus Johnson, Mark Simmons, Paul Phelps, Garrett Farmer, Mr. SRA 13, The Man Who Has No Head, Broden Topics, Joanna Karpowicz, thank you. Walani, thank you for being here. Hippo, what's up, Hippo? The 999 Hippo in the house. I'm telling you, Westwick, the Lions absolutely blew it. Also, you guys, we're going to have some new games coming out very shortly. Just been kind of taking a little break from gaming. I'm going to ramp up some Walking Dead gameplay, but looking for that game that I want to get on 999 Plays. So we'll have the comics, the plays, the spoilers, also 999 Sports. We got to get to a little bit of playoff predictions. So we'll have our playoff predictions this Saturday morning. So if you guys want to join that live stream, we'll be cranking that out as well. But pretty much every night, be ready, log on at 9:30, and we'll have this thing going. Pat Sanzon, see you. Terry Jones, thanks for being here as well. And if I missed you in a shout-out, then you guys, just when the video goes live in about 10 or 15 minutes, get over there, leave a couple comments, and just remind me if I miss you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Maggie Bonacorta, thanks for being here. Michelle Wolf is... Did I make your ringtone? Let me know what you want me to say. I'll record it for you. We'll get something. Little Tommy. Hey, thanks, Little Tommy. Go Eagles. That's for Little Tommy. Hey, Tommy, is Little Tommy an Eagles fan or a Patriots fan? Because you kind of straddle the line on both those. Thanks, Anna Hume. Appreciate you being here as well. You know, I can play. I did some live Telltale games about a year ago, but I'll definitely crank up some of those. I started doing a little bit on the Chill with Kill segment, and we'll crank that back up too. We'll do some old Telltale games. No Man's Land, done. I'm on it. I'll have you guys some No Man's Land videos up this week. And also, what's up, Jonathan Black? I'll get a little bit of Road to Survival. I'm going to do some pack openings. And also the Telltale games I love. But I've been promising Game of Thrones, so we'll get some Game of Thrones going as well. Thanks, everybody. Got a ton of stuff. It's just, you know, with the holidays, it's a little bit crazy, but look for a whole lot of stuff to ramp up really, really quickly. Thank you so much. Talk to you all tomorrow night, 9:30, the second half of Who Will Die. Thanks for just everything that you guys added tonight. Some really, really good dialogue and some good debate. Talk to you all soon. Peace.